Ghana, a country where ancient traditions meet modern ambition. They call it the Black Star of Africa, but to truly understand Ghana today, you have to feel its heartbeat. For decades, the world has known Ghana for its history, but today, a new story is unfolding, a story of creativity, innovation, food, entrepreneurship, and a generation shaping the future of Africa. Here, vibrant markets stand beside modern skyscrapers, and everywhere you go, one word welcomes you: Akwaaba, welcome. This isn't the Ghana of your old textbooks. This is a nation in a state of beautiful, high-speed evolution. In this journey, we'll explore the heart of modern Ghana. We'll discover its incredible people, taste its unforgettable food, and travel through some of the most beautiful places in West Africa. This is Ghana beyond the stereotypes, the Ghana the world rarely sees. Welcome to Africa Revealed. This is the new Gold Coast. This is Discover Ghana. The moment you encounter modern Ghana, you feel it. The movement, the sound, the unstoppable energy of a society constantly in motion. This is a country of endless motion. On any given morning, the public spaces become a rich tapestry of color and sound. Sidewalks are packed with people rushing toward their daily objectives, while the distinct, rhythmic honking of local traffic fills the air. The energy here is uniquely kinetic, shifting effortlessly from the commercial rush of the daytime to the warm, communal social gatherings that light up the evenings. What truly drives this electric atmosphere is a young generation fiercely determined to build something lasting. Across every community, there is a palpable sense of forward movement. People are not waiting for opportunities to be handed to them, they are actively carving them out of the everyday landscape. You see it in the intense focus of an independent trader navigating the midday heat, and you see it in the late-night strategy sessions taking place in communal spaces. Despite the complex challenges of modern everyday life, from infrastructural bottlenecks to shifting economic realities, an unmistakable optimism binds everyone together. It is a shared, unspoken belief that tomorrow can be better than today. Whether you are navigating the tightly packed market alleys, relaxing near the coast, or exploring the quiet residential pockets hidden throughout the country, Ghana feels completely alive with raw possibility. This constant drive, this collective refusal to stand still, defines the local environment. It is a spirit of resilience wrapped in celebration, an unspoken agreement that life is to be lived forward, out in the open, and at full volume. There's a reason so many people fall in love with Ghana the moment they arrive. Here, hospitality is not just a polite social tradition, it is a foundational way of life. Everywhere you go, one powerful word follows you: Akwaaba. It means welcome, but in Ghana, it reflects an entire cultural framework built on genuine kindness, openness, and immediate human connection. It is an active invitation to be part of the community, even if for only a brief moment. Ghanaians routinely treat absolute strangers like old friends, instinctively offering directions, sharing home-cooked meals, and ensuring that no visitor ever feels isolated or out of place. Visitors from all over the world frequently describe Ghana as one of the safest and most welcoming countries on the African continent. Many arrive as casual tourists and leave feeling deeply emotionally tied to the people they met. In recent years, this unique atmosphere has turned the country into a premier global destination for expats, creatives, and members of the African diaspora searching for opportunity, a sense of true belonging, and cultural reconnection. African Americans, especially, have found a profound sense of home here, drawn by Ghana's rich heritage, political stability, and genuinely embracing atmosphere. When you walk through this society, you are never truly alone. The community wraps around you, offering a deep sense of mutual respect and safety. For many people, Ghana quickly ceases to be just a destination on a map. It becomes a place to belong. Ghana's modern identity is being physically and digitally rewritten by a confident new generation. Across the urban centers, rapid growth is transforming the physical landscape. Striking architectural structures rise above traditional horizons. Modern commercial centers draw bustling crowds, and stylish new developments are redefining the country's urban spaces. This changing environment directly reflects the rise of an ambitious, globally connected middle class that demands spaces matching their sophisticated, worldly outlook. Yet, this transformation goes far deeper than concrete and glass. A bold wave of digital storytelling is radically changing how the country is perceived by the rest of the world. Social media has become one of Ghana's most powerful tools for cultural diplomacy. Content creators, filmmakers, and digital curators are leveraging global platforms to project a fresh, nuanced image of Africa, one focused squarely on real estate, infrastructure, domestic success, and lifestyle. Among the most influential voices in this digital revolution is Wode Maya. His highly popular videos showcasing African entrepreneurs, clean, modern infrastructure, and continental success stories have inspired millions of viewers around the globe. By highlighting the tangible economic opportunities and natural beauty within the country, creators like him are successfully dismantling old, outdated stereotypes. They reveal a nation that is actively thriving, building, and investing in its own future. This potent blend of physical development and digital media has created a renewed sense of national pride. The modern Ghanaian identity is not passive or defensive. It is highly expressive, creative, and internationally engaged. Music and artistic expression flow directly through the country's veins, filling its homes, marketplaces, and public squares. Ghana has shaped the definitive sound of African music for generations. Traditional, complex drumming and highlife melodies laid the foundational groove decades ago. But today, modern genres like hiplife and Afrobeats have taken Ghanaian culture to massive, diverse audiences across the globe. Alongside the music, local designers are bringing stunning African textiles to international runways, while contemporary galleries give young visual artists prominent global platforms. Among the country's biggest musical stars are globally recognized figures like Sarkodie, widely regarded as one of Africa's greatest and most influential rappers, and Stonebwoy, whose seamless blend of Afro dancehall, reggae, and Afrobeats has earned him critical acclaim worldwide. These artists do far more than just entertain. They serve as elite cultural ambassadors, carrying the unique language, distinct slang, and social perspective of their homeland to major stadiums in London, New York, and Paris. But this intense creativity isn't confined to concert stages, elite galleries, or formal recording studios. It belongs entirely to the public. On busy city sidewalks, talented street performers entertain passers-by with live vocals, while youth dance crews rehearse intricate routines in schoolyards and open alleys. These routines are destined for global phone screens, driving massive internet trends that circle the earth in a matter of hours. From the infectious historical steps of the Azonto dance to the latest viral internet challenges, Ghana's physical dance culture is constantly evolving. It serves as a visual language of pure joy, sharp humor, and communal storytelling. This creative output does not just reflect the local culture, it actively creates it, inspiring millions of people worldwide to move to a Ghanaian rhythm. It proves that the nation's artistic expression is a boundless natural resource, constantly capturing the global imagination. To feel the true economic trajectory of modern Ghana, you have to look at the quiet click of keyboards echoing in its air-conditioned co-working spaces and innovation hubs. This is the birthplace of a rapidly growing technological ecosystem where Ghana's brightest young minds are building applications and digital platforms explicitly designed for the future. Yet you don't even need to step inside a dedicated tech hub to see this digital revolution in action. You only need to look at a small plastic QR code taped to a wooden roadside stall. This is the undisputed domain of mobile money, universally known as Momo. In less than a decade, this SMS-based financial system has fundamentally transformed the country's economy, allowing Ghana to entirely bypass the traditional brick-and-mortar banking systems that once left millions financially excluded. Today, whether you are buying a simple roasted plantain from a street vendor, paying your monthly utility bills, or funding a high-growth tech startup, the entire transaction happens seamlessly with a few taps on a mobile phone. Cash is no longer the undisputed king of commerce. Digital convenience is. This rapid adoption has created an incredibly fluid economy where commerce moves at the speed of data, completely unburdened by traditional financial infrastructure. What makes this shift truly unique is the spirit of local resourcefulness driving it forward. Ghanaian entrepreneurs aren't simply copying Western software or applying generic global solutions. They are building hyper-localized platforms to solve specific, real-world regional problems. They are creating digital tools that streamline agricultural supply chains for rural farmers, platforms that digitize medical records for local clinics, and apps that manage neighborhood waste collection. To understand Ghana, you must first set aside the name the world gave it. The Gold Coast, so christened by Portuguese sailors who arrived on this shoreline in 1471, dazzled by the quantities of gold that moved through its markets, was never a colony in its own imagination. It was a civilization whose most powerful expression rose in the late 17th century from the forest interior of what is now southern Ghana, the Ashanti Empire. The Ashanti, the most prominent among the Akan peoples of West Africa, built one of the most sophisticated political and military structures the continent had ever produced. Their capital, Kumasi, was a city of ceremony, scholarship, and power, governed by an elaborate court system presided over by the Asantehene, the supreme king, whose authority was at once political, spiritual, and absolute. At the heart of Ashanti cosmology sat an object of breathtaking symbolic power, the Golden Stool, Sikadwa Kofi, believed to have descended from the sky into the hands of the first Asantehene Osei Tutu I in the early 1700s. The Golden Stool was not a throne, it was not a symbol of a king's power, it was the soul of the Ashanti nation itself, the physical repository of the collective spirit of every Ashanti person living and dead. To possess it was to possess the people. To threaten it was to threaten the existence of a civilization. The Ashanti forged trade routes stretching across West Africa, moving gold, kola nuts and cloth with a commercial sophistication that rivaled the great merchant empires of the Mediterranean. Their armies were disciplined, feared, and on multiple occasions capable of defeating European forces that considered African military power beneath serious consideration. This was the world that Europeans encountered on the Gold Coast. Not a void, not a territory awaiting civilization, but a functioning, prosperous, and deeply cultured society, one that would resist for centuries every attempt to diminish it. The arrival of European colonial power was not a single event. It was a slow accumulation of treaties signed under duress, of military campaigns waged against kingdoms that refused submission, and of an economic system designed to extract maximum value from the land and the people it held. The Portuguese built Elmina Castle in 1482, the oldest European structure south of the Sahara. What began as a trading post for gold became, over the following centuries, something far darker. The British, the Dutch, and the Danes followed. The Gold Coast became the epicenter of a transatlantic trade that would define the shape of the modern world, the trade in human beings. Through the dungeons of Cape Coast Castle, the largest British slaving fort on the West African coast, tens of thousands of men, women, and children passed in conditions of deliberate and calculated brutality, held underground, in darkness, in spaces so confined that survival itself became an act of extraordinary will. And then, through a low doorway that opened directly onto the waiting ocean, the door of no return, they were gone. The weight of that history does not diminish with time. It lives in the stones of those castles. It lives in the silence that visitors encounter when they descend into those dungeons. And it lives in the consciousness of a Ghanaian people who have chosen, with remarkable moral clarity, to remember this chapter, not as a wound that defines them, but as a testimony to a resilience that could not be broken. By 1874, Britain had formally declared the Gold Coast a crown colony. For the next 80 decades, the resources of this land, its gold, its cocoa, its timber, its diamonds, flowed outward, enriching an empire that sat thousands of miles away. But within the structures of colonial education and administration, something else was also growing: a political consciousness, an educated generation, and one man who would carry the weight of an entire continent's aspirations on his shoulders. His name was Kwame Nkrumah. Born in 1909 in the small coastal town of Nkrumah, educated across 3 continents at Achimota College in Accra, at Lincoln University and the University of Pennsylvania in the United States, and at the London School of Economics in Britain, Nkrumah returned to the Gold Coast in 1947 not merely as a politician, he returned as a philosopher of liberation. His vision was continental in its ambition and uncompromising in its logic. The freedom of any one African nation, he argued, was meaningless without the freedom of all. Africa, divided, colonized, and exploited, could only realize its true potential as a unified force. That idea would animate every decision he made, every speech he delivered, and every alliance he forged in the years that followed. On the 6th of March 1957, under a sky electric with possibility, the Gold Coast ceased to exist. In its place, a new nation took its name from the ancient Ghana Empire, a medieval West African kingdom of extraordinary wealth and reach whose power had once extended across the Sahel. The new Ghana would reach just as far, but in a different direction, forward. Nkrumah stood before a crowd of hundreds of thousands at Accra's polo ground and spoke the words that would travel by radio and by word of mouth across an entire continent within hours. The independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa. Ghana had become the first sub-Saharan African nation to achieve independence from colonial rule, and in that moment, the political geography of the continent shifted permanently. From Nairobi to Lagos, from Dakar to Cape Town, the message arrived the same wherever it landed. If Ghana is free, we can be free. The Black Star of Africa had risen. The decades that followed were neither simple nor linear. Nkrumah's Pan-African vision collided with the economic constraints of a newly independent nation, the pressures of Cold War geopolitics, and the accumulated damage of 8 decades of colonial extraction. In 1966, while he was on a diplomatic mission abroad, a military coup removed him from power. He would never return to Ghana. He died in exile in 1972 in Conakry, Guinea. Ghana entered a long chapter of political turbulence, coups, counter-coups, military governments, and the slow, difficult work of building institutions capable of surviving the volatility of power. It was a chapter shared by many post-independent African nations, and it was a chapter that tested Ghana's resilience to its absolute limit. And yet, Ghana endured. In 1992, a new democratic constitution was adopted. 8 years later, in the year 2000, something happened that sent a clear signal to the world. A sitting government lost a presidential election and handed over power, peacefully, constitutionally, without violence, without dispute, and without the intervention of a military prepared to override the democratic result. It was the beginning of a record that now stands at 8 democratic elections, each fiercely contested, each peacefully resolved. In a region scarred with conflict and democratic backsliding, that record is not merely admirable, it is remarkable. Ghana's parliament functions, its judiciary operates with independence, its press, one of the freest on the African continent, holds power to account with a rigor that many far older democracies might envy. The institutions that Nkrumah and those who came after him built, tested, and rebuilt have produced something of genuine and lasting value, a proof of concept. African democracy works, and Ghana is the evidence. To arrive in Accra is to arrive in a city that refuses easy categorization. It is the political capital of Ghana, home to the offices of government and the apparatus of state. It is simultaneously a city of extraordinary cultural density, a place where the colonial past and a fiercely contemporary present coexist on the same street, sometimes within the same building. And it is increasingly one of the most visited cities on the African continent, a destination that draws the diaspora, the curious and the culturally hungry in numbers that grow every year. Begin at the place where Ghana's story changed forever, Black Star Square, known formerly as Independence Square, the largest public square in the world at the time of its construction, and the stage upon which Kwame Nkrumah proclaimed on the 6th of March 1957 that the Gold Coast was no more. Today, the Black Star Arch rises above Accra's coastal boulevard as a monument not merely to independence, but to the particular confidence of a nation that believed from its very first moment of freedom that it had something significant to say to the world. From Independence Square, move eastward into Osu, the neighborhood that best captures Accra's contradictions and its energy. Osu Oxford Street is a corridor of restaurants, boutiques, street art installations, and open-air bars where the city's young professional class and its creative community converge after dark. Here, the global and the local are not in tension, they are in constant generative conversation. An Afrobeats track drifts from an open doorway, a food vendor tends a charcoal grill beneath a mural of Nkrumah rendered in fluorescent paint. The city moves around you with a confidence that is entirely its own. To the west of the capital lies Jamestown, Accra's oldest quarter, a colonial-era district of narrow lanes and low buildings that has undergone in the past decade a creative transformation of the kind that cities rarely manage without losing what made them interesting in the first place. Jamestown has kept its character. Its iconic lighthouse, painted in alternating red and white, stands above a neighborhood where legendary boxing gyms, some of the oldest on the continent, occupy the same blocks as independent galleries, photography studios, and community art spaces. Here, history is not preserved behind glass, it is lived in, worked in, and continually reimagined. The National Museum of Ghana, situated in the city's administrative core, offers an authoritative survey of that history: Ashanti gold weights, traditional textiles, archaeological artifacts from across the country. But it is Jamestown and Labadi Beach to the east where Accra reveals the texture of what daily life actually feels like in one of West Africa's most dynamic capital cities. 300 kilometers north of Accra, the road climbs into forest and the air changes, cooler, greener, heavier with the scent of red earth after rain. And then, without ceremony, the city appears. Kumasi, the seat of the Ashanti Empire and Ghana's undisputed cultural capital. Where Accra looks outward, toward the ocean, toward the global economy, toward the future, Kumasi looks inward, toward the deep roots of a civilization that has endured for more than 3 centuries. It is a city of ceremony and memory, a city that understands with absolute clarity who it is and where it came from. At its center lies the Kejetia Market, the largest open-air market in West Africa and one of the largest on the African continent. Over 12,000 stalls spread across a site of approximately 3.5 hectares, trading in everything from fresh produce and live poultry to hand-tooled leather goods, traditional medicine, electronic components, and imported fabric. To walk through Kejetia Market is to experience commerce in its most elemental form, loud, color-drenched, ceaselessly alive. The noise is overwhelming. The organization, to the uninitiated eye, appears to be chaos, and yet experienced traders navigate its labyrinthian alleys with the confident efficiency of people who have moved through these same paths for decades. At the edges of Kumasi, the city gives way to smaller communities where the traditional arts of the Ashanti are practiced with a seriousness that modern production has not displaced. In Bonwire village, the acknowledged birthplace of Kente cloth, master weavers sit at looms that have passed through generations of the same family, drawing narrow strips of silk and cotton into patterns whose colors and configurations carry specific codified meaning. Each cloth is a text, each thread a word in a visual language that has been spoken in this region for over 300 years. To wear kente is not merely to wear fabric, it is to carry a story. "150 kilometers west of Accra, the road follows the coastline toward a city that carries more historical weight than perhaps any other in Ghana, Cape Coast. Its castle, a vast white fortress that rises directly from the rocks above the Atlantic, is one of the most significant historical sites in the world. Built by the Swedes in 1653, expanded by the British into the largest European slaving fort on the West African coast, Cape Coast Castle processed tens of thousands of enslaved men, women, and children through its underground dungeons before loading them through the door of no return onto ships bound for the Americas and the Caribbean. In 1979, UNESCO inscribed it as a World Heritage Site, a designation that carries with it the acknowledgement that what happened here belongs not to one nation's history, but to the history of humanity. To stand at that doorway and look out at the ocean is to understand something that no history book can fully render. It is one of the most quietly devastating experiences available to any traveler in West Africa. And yet, 30 minutes inland, the landscape offers something of a different order entirely. Kakum National Park is a protected rainforest covering 375 square kilometers of primary forest. Within it, suspended 30 meters above the forest floor, runs a canopy walkway, 330 meters of rope bridges and swaying platforms that delivers visitors into the upper reaches of one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on the continent. Beneath them, forest elephants, bongo antelopes, Diana monkeys, and over 200 recorded species of bird. Nature and memory, side by side. Eastward from Accra, the land arises toward the Akwaaba mountain range, and the landscape shifts from the familiar coastal lowlands into something altogether wilder and more dramatic. The Volta region, named for the great river that bisects it before emptying into Lake Volta to the north, is Ghana's most geographically diverse administrative area. Its western edge is defined by forest-covered hills and river valleys. Its eastern perimeter traces the border with Togo along ridgelines that offer, on clear days, views that extend into 3 countries simultaneously. At the far end of the Volta region, tucked into a valley above the town of Hohoe, the Willy Waterfalls descend in a cascade of cold white water that has been measured at over 80 meters, making it the highest waterfall in West Africa. In the wet season, the falls can be heard from a kilometer away. The forest around them shelters one of the largest colonies of straw-colored fruit bats on the continent, a natural spectacle of a different but equally compelling kind. To the north, the landscape opens entirely. The forest gives way to savanna, the humidity falls, the sky becomes enormous. And in the far northwest of the country, Ghana's largest wildlife refuge, Mole National Park, spreads across 4,840 square kilometers of West African wilderness. Within it live West African savanna elephants, common hippopotamus, roan antelopes, warthogs, baboons, and over 300 recorded bird species. It is Ghana's answer to the safari parks of East and Southern Africa, quieter, less crowded, and entirely its own. Lake Volta, formed by the damming of the Volta River at Akosombo in 1965, stretches across 8,502 square kilometers of central Ghana, making it the largest man-made lake in the world by surface area. Viewed from above, it is an inland sea, silver grey and vast, and improbably still. To understand the soul of Ghana, you must first learn to read its threads. Walk into any major celebration, any crossroad of life, and you will see it. Kente. But make no mistake, this is not merely clothing, and it is far more than a fashion statement. Kente is a profound, woven language. Every single strip of silk and cotton, meticulously handcrafted on a wooden loom, carries a specific name, a lineage, a historical proverb, and a distinct social status. The geometric patterns and vibrant color combinations are deliberate texts, communicating values of royalty, spirituality, and wealth without uttering a single spoken word. Originally created in the ancient Ashanti kingdom exclusively for kings and royalty, Kente has evolved into an international emblem of African identity. Today, it is worn with immense pride at weddings in Kumasi, state banquets in Accra, and university graduations in Washington, D.C. When a person drapes a heavy sash of kente over their shoulders, they are not just putting on fabric, they are wrapping themselves in centuries of unbroken history. It has become a global symbol of Black excellence, a visual declaration of dignity that connects the continent to its vast diaspora, ensuring that wherever a Ghanaian stands in the world, they carry their heritage on their chest. If Kente is the poetry of Ghanaian culture, then Adinkra is its everyday prose. Across the country, you will see a collection of elegant, stylized icons marking the landscape. These are Adinkra symbols, a visual system of over 50 distinct emblems, each encoding a profound philosophical principle, a moral lesson, or an ancient proverb. This is Ghana's philosophy made visible, a way of thinking that is woven directly into the physical environment. You will find these symbols stamped onto traditional mourning cloth, carved into the wooden doors of modern banks, forged into iron balcony railings, and tattooed onto the skin of the youth. Take, for instance, the Gi Nyame symbol, an intricate curving shape that signifies the ultimate supremacy of God above all earthly things. Or consider Aya, the fern, which represents endurance, defiance, and the rare ability to grow in the most difficult places. But perhaps the most famous and globally recognized symbol is Sankofa, depicted either as a stylized heart or as a mythical bird reaching backward to fetch a precious egg from its own back. Sankofa teaches a vital lesson that guides modern Ghana, that it is not taboo to go back and retrieve that which was forgotten. It is a philosophy that commands people to look deeply into their past, extract the wisdom of their ancestors, and use that knowledge to build a conscious, successful future. These symbols ensure that abstract values like justice, patience, and community are never locked away in academic textbooks. Instead, they live out in the open, constantly reminding every passing citizen of the rules of a life well lived. Ghana is a unique global anomaly, a highly stable, modern, democratic republic that successfully coexists with over 100 ancient traditional kingdoms. Here, the past does not yield to the present. Instead, they walk hand in hand. The institution of chieftaincy remains a powerful, living force in daily life, serving as the moral and cultural anchor of the nation. These traditional rulers are not ceremonial figures locked away in museums. They are active guardians of land, law, and lineage, commanding immense respect that often supersedes modern political divides. Nowhere is this authority more visible than in the Golden Stool of the Ashanti and the man who sits upon it, the Asantehene Ochimfuo Ose Tutu. From his royal palace in Kumasi, the Asantehene wields an unparalleled moral influence that stretches far beyond his kingdom's borders. He routinely mediates high-stakes national political disputes, advises heads of state, and spearheads massive educational and healthcare foundations for his people. This dual system of governance creates a profound sense of societal stability. When modern political systems face tension, the traditional stools and skins stand firm as pillars of absolute continuity. The chiefs and queen mothers represent an ancestral court of appeal, ensuring that as Ghana navigates the fast-moving currents of globalization, its local communities remain firmly rooted in indigenous law, mutual accountability, and historical respect. It is a living, breathing testament to the fact that a nation can readily embrace the structures of a modern democracy without ever sacrificing the sacred institutions that defined its civilization long before lines were drawn on a map. Throughout the year, across every region, communities erupt in massive, coordinated celebrations. These are not staged reenactments or polished performances put on for the entertainment of tourists. They are raw, vital expressions of community survival, historical memory, and collective joy. In the coastal capital, the Ga people celebrate Momo, a festival whose name literally translates to hooting at hunger. Born out of a historical famine that struck the coast centuries ago, Momo is a triumphant, high-energy harvest celebration where families march through the streets, dancing to heavy drums and scattering traditional mashed corn to honor the ancestors who carried them through the dark times. In the lush forest regions, the Ashanti host the Akwaaba ceremony every 6 weeks, bringing the entire royal court out in an explosion of gold regalia, massive state umbrellas, and piercing horns. Further along the coast, events like Panafest serve a different, deeply emotional purpose, gathering people from all over the world for a Pan-African cultural celebration focused on healing and unity. During these festivals, the boundaries of time seem to dissolve entirely. The thunderous roar of the phantom from drums vibrates through the ground, dictating the complex steps of dancers who move with instinctive grace. Elders pour libations, pouring liquid onto the earth to speak to those who came before, while children watch from the shoulders of their parents. In these massive gatherings of thousands, Ghana does more than just remember its history. It dances it, sings it, and breathes it back into existence for the next generation to inherit. In 2019, exactly 400 years after the first recorded enslaved Africans arrived in the Americas, Ghana did something unprecedented on the global stage. The government issued a formal, historic invitation to the entire African diaspora, asking the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade to finally come back to the continent. They called it the Year of Return. What followed was an emotional, political, and cultural watershed moment that forever altered the global landscape. Over 1 million visitors answered the call, landing at Kotoka International Airport in numbers never seen before. Global icons, corporate leaders, athletes, and ordinary families arrived not as tourists visiting a foreign land, but as sons and daughters returning to an ancestral home. The atmosphere across the country was electric, marked by massive music festivals, deep cultural symposiums, and unforgettable family reunions. But beneath the celebration lay a profound, quiet weight. For many, walking through the old coastal slave fortresses and touching the cold stone walls of the dungeons was a devastating, deeply healing experience. It was a physical closing of a painful historical circle, a declaration that the chains were broken and the door was finally open. The legacy of that historic year did not end when the calendar turned. Today, the initiative lives on through Beyond the Return, a long-term economic and legal framework that facilitates permanent relocation, dual citizenship, and direct investment. This ongoing bridge has turned Ghana into the definitive global capital of Pan-African solidarity. It has created a space where global Black identity is actively blending with local heritage, proving that no matter how far the branches of the family tree spread, the roots remain deep, strong, and ready to welcome everyone home. To truly understand Ghanaian cuisine, you cannot begin at the dining table. You have to start where the ingredients are born, amidst the beautiful, overwhelming chaos of the open-air market. In places like Makola in Accra or Kijatia in Kumasi, food is not merely bought, it is negotiated, celebrated, and deeply understood. Here, the air is thick with a heady blend of aromas, the sweet, earthy scent of ripening plantains, the sharp pungency of smoked fish, and the citrusy kick of freshly crushed Scotch bonnet peppers. This is the raw palette from which every iconic Ghanaian dish is drawn. In Ghana, cooking is an inherently communal outdoor act. It happens in the open courtyards of family compounds, on traditional iron coal pots resting on dusty ground, and in shared neighborhood spaces. Food is rarely prepared for just one person. To cook is to feed an extended family, a street corner, a community. The steady hiss of charcoal, the rhythmic thud of knives on wooden boards, and the rising plumes of fragrant steam form the daily overture to Ghana's rich culinary identity. If there is one dish that carries the weight of national identity, global pride, and passionate internet warfare, it is jollof rice. This legendary one-pot dish of rice, tomatoes, onions, and spices is far more than just a staple food. It is a cultural declaration. Ghanaian jollof is defined by its meticulous process. It is cooked low and slow, allowing the long-grain perfumed rice to slowly absorb a rich, deeply concentrated tomato and pepper base known as the stew. The ultimate prize is the coveted party jollof, a version cooked over firewood or charcoal, where the bottom of the pot burns just enough to infuse the entire batch with an irresistible, distinct smokiness. Then, of course, there are the friendly yet fierce jollof wars. Across social media feeds, digital forums, and international pop-ups, Ghanaians and Nigerians wage an endless, hilarious battle over who cooks the superior version. While Nigerians champion their parboiled rice, Ghanaians remain supremely, quietly confident in the superior flavor profile and grain texture of their own recipe. But away from the digital battlegrounds, jollof is the unifying thread of Ghanaian life. It is the undisputed centerpiece of every major life milestone. It comfortingly feeds grieving families at Saturday funerals, brings exuberant joy to Sunday wedding receptions, and brightens up simple backyard birthdays. To cook jollof is to honor your guests, and to eat it is to taste the very spirit of Ghanaian celebration. While jollof belongs to celebration, fufu belongs entirely to the soul. If you ask a Ghanaian what food reminds them most of home, family, and heritage, the answer is almost always fufu served with a steaming bowl of rich soup. The creation of fufu is a beautiful, rhythmic ritual that requires immense physical strength, trust, and absolute precision. Boiled cassava and green plantains are placed into a large wooden mortar. Then, using heavy wooden pestles, the ingredients are pounded repeatedly. Between each powerful strike, a second person courageously reaches into the mortar to turn and moisten the mixture, ensuring it transforms into a perfectly smooth, elastic, and pillowy dough. One wrong move could be disastrous, yet the pounders move with a fluid, instinctive choreography passed down through generations. Fufu is never chewed, it is swallowed. It is served submerged in a fiery, clear, light soup loaded with goat meat or a thick, luxurious palm nut soup. Traditionally, this is a deeply communal experience. The large bowl is placed in the center of a table, and family members gather closely around it. Using only the fingers of their right hand, each person tears away a small portion of the smooth dough, creates a small indentation, scoops up a generous portion of the rich, spicy broth, and enjoys. It is a meal that demands you slow down, sit together, and connect with the hands that fed you.
Beyond the heavy communal bowls and celebratory platters lies the brilliant, fast-paced world of Ghanaian street food. These are the everyday classics, the essential fuels that keep the nation's workforce, students, and night owls moving forward through their busy routines. The day almost always begins with Waakye. This beloved breakfast staple features a hearty, nutritious mixture of rice and black-eyed peas cooked together with dried sorghum leaves that dye the grains a distinctive deep purple hue. Served on a wide green leaf, it is layered with spaghetti, cassava flakes, and a dark, incredibly savory chili condiment made from smoked shrimp and peppers, universally known as shito. As the afternoon rolls in, the fragrance shifts to banku and grilled tilapia. Banku, a smooth, slightly sour dumpling made from fermented corn and cassava dough, is served alongside a whole, perfectly seasoned grilled fish, fresh raw pepper salsa, and slices of avocado. But it is at sunset that the streets truly come alive with the intoxicating aroma of Kelewele. These are ripe plantains, cubed and marinated in a fiery, aromatic paste of crushed ginger, hot chilies, and fragrant cloves, then fried until the natural sugars caramelize into golden, crispy edges. Sold in humble newspaper cones under the warm glow of roadside lanterns, Kelewele is the definitive, comforting, sweet and spicy soundtrack to a Ghanaian night.
Today, Ghana's culinary story is entering a bold, sophisticated new chapter. In creative neighborhoods across Accra, a dynamic revolution is quietly taking place inside contemporary kitchens, led by a visionary wave of local and returning diaspora chefs. These innovative culinary artists are not abandoning their roots. Rather, they are reinterpreting traditional flavor profiles using advanced global techniques, elevated plating styles, and unexpected ingredient combinations. Classic elements like fermented corn, local root vegetables, and indigenous wild herbs are being transformed into fine dining masterpieces. Cassava is being reimagined as delicate crisps, palm nut reductions are turned into elegant sauces, and local street flavors are elevated to match the world's highest culinary stages. Neighborhoods like Osu and the airport residential area have successfully evolved into buzzing hotspots of gastronomic experimentation. Here, upscale dining spaces sit in beautiful harmony with the iconic Osu Night Market, a vibrant open-air laboratory where street food culture seamlessly meets a modern, high-energy social atmosphere. This culinary renaissance is capturing serious international attention. Travelers, food critics, and global food lovers are arriving in droves, discovering that Ghanaian food is no longer a hidden regional secret. It is a world-class culinary destination, confidently stepping onto the global stage and proving that its ancient flavors can easily inspire the future of modern gastronomy. Across the capital, a quiet but profound transformation is taking place, written not in concrete, but in lines of code. This is the emergence of the Silicon Savannah, a dynamic, rapidly accelerating technology ecosystem that has firmly established Ghana as one of Africa's premier innovation hubs. Global technology giants have taken notice, with industry leaders like Google, Microsoft, and major multinational telecommunication firms choosing Accra to anchor their primary West African operations. But the true energy of this movement is homegrown. In recent years, Ghanaian startups have raised over $300 million in venture capital, scaling digital solutions that address everything from mobile healthcare delivery to financial inclusion. This technological boom is not a hollow marketing metaphor, it is a living movement powered by some of the sharpest young minds on the continent. These developers, engineers, and visionaries are building sophisticated, hyper-localized platforms designed to solve real-world logistical problems. They are no longer waiting to adopt foreign innovations. Instead, they are actively constructing a digital infrastructure that belongs entirely to the future, proving that Ghana is commanding its place at the center of the global technology conversation. Ghana is a nation caught in a thrilling high-speed sprint toward tomorrow. Driven by one of the fastest urbanization rates on the entire continent, the physical and economic landscape is shifting almost daily. This rapid evolution is fueled by an incredible demographic advantage. The median age here is just 21 years old, and over 60% of the population is under the age of 25. This overwhelming youth presence creates an atmosphere charged with raw ambition, fresh perspectives, and an insatiable desire for progress. You can see the tangible results of this forward momentum in the massive infrastructural projects reshaping the country, from expansive new highway networks and major airport expansions to the comprehensive modernization of its deep water shipping ports. An educated, hyper-connected consumer economy is rapidly taking shape, demanding modern spaces, local brands, and global standards. This generation is not content with the status quo. They are moving into the future with a fierce, independent drive. They are populating university campuses, launching creative enterprises, and managing corporate spaces, transforming the traditional economy into a sophisticated, forward-thinking market that is structurally built to withstand the demands of a modern, competitive world.
The global perception of Ghana has expanded into something far more potent than simple tourism. The historic bridge built during the Year of Return has permanently evolved into a strategic long-term partnership known as Beyond the Return. Today, members of the global African diaspora are no longer merely visiting ancestral lands for a brief holiday. They are buying property, launching innovative businesses, transferring skills, and choosing to resettle permanently. This historic homecoming has amplified Ghana's formidable global soft power. On a continent often stereotyped by political instability, Ghana stands firm as Africa's definitive template for democratic continuity, peaceful transitions of power, and institutional strength. Its creative output, from music to high fashion to visual arts, has become a dominant global export, influencing trends from London to Los Angeles.
At the center of this expanding global footprint is the national philosophy of Akwaaba. This profound spirit of welcome has transcended its origins as a local greeting to become a world-renowned national brand. It represents a secure, open and confident society that actively invites international collaboration while remaining fiercely protective of its sovereignty, creating a unique space where deep heritage seamlessly fuels a global future.
If this journey through the heartbeat, the culture, and the digital horizon of Ghana has transformed what you thought you knew about this incredible nation, we want to hear your voice. What surprised you the most? Was it the economic power of the tech revolution, the profound depth of the visual traditions, or the beautiful cadence of daily life? Scroll down right now and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Please take a quick moment to like this video, subscribe to Africa Revealed, and share this story with someone who needs to see it. By doing so, you help us continue our mission to rewrite the global narrative and showcase the true, vibrant, and unfiltered image of our continent. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep discovering the wonders of our continent. See you soon!